welcome back to the Lifestyle Kitchen. Today I'm making handmade pasta. We're doing Tagatelli style in a butter and truffle oil sauce. Now again, this was inspired by my trip to the French Laundry restaurant in San Francisco, and basically they serve a similar dish, but they serve real black truffle. And the waiter brings the plate over to you without the black truffle on it, and then appears another waiter with wonderful fresh black truffles, and they liberally grate the truffle over your fresh pasta. So a very nice way to eat pasta. So I'll give you my version today. So what I have in front of me here is the pasta dough. Now basically it is flour, egg yolks, a whole egg, some olive oil and a wee bit of milk, and then basically mixed together, and then it goes into the fridge to set for at least half an hour. So this is how it comes out once it's been in the fridge. So what we do is we take a small portion like this, and we're actually going to put it through a pasta machine. So you actually need to use a pasta machine to actually make pasta. If you don't, you could roll it out by hand and then cut it, but if you've got a pasta machine, then basically it's the way to go. So I've got it on the first setting here, which basically rolls it nice and thin. So we put it through a few times. You may need to dust it lightly with flour, but you may not. Then you actually just keep changing the gauge, and this is basically making the gauge thinner. So as you roll the pasta through, it's actually going to get much thinner. And this will take a few minutes to get it to the right thickness that you want. Once you've got it to the right thickness, we'll just put this one aside, we can then add our attachment to the machine. Now this is actually for cutting the pasta. So that goes on top. We've got another handle that goes in. Now here's the stuff that I've just rolled out earlier. So here's my original piece. If you keep rolling it, you're going to make it longer, and we'll just take that out, and much thinner. So then what we do is we put it through the cutting blade. And as we're doing this, hopefully you can see we're getting our long strands of fettuccine. In this case, we call it Tagatelli. Just keep rolling that through. So what we do now is take the strands, and they're going to go into our boiling salted water. So it should only take a few minutes for this to actually cook off. So in that goes. And then we'll move on to our sauce. Now our sauce is a butter truffle sauce, as I said. In here I've got around about 2 tablespoons of water. And what we're doing is we're just heating that water up, bringing it to the boil, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drop in knobs of butter. And the knobs of butter are going to dissolve and melt down and basically form our sauce. So you wait for each knob of butter to dissolve. So my element's on very high, and we just keep adding our next knob of butter. Just keeping an eye on our Tagatelli as it's cooking. So keep that butter moving all the time. So it usually takes around about 4 knobs of butter. And then I'm going to finish it with some of the truffle oil. It's going to give us that wonderful truffle flavour. So what we can do now is our pasta's cooked, and strain that off. And then what I do is just put this into a bowl, and then we can pour over our sauce and lightly coat the pasta in it. and then serve our pasta in the bowl. Now, because of the truffle oil, I don't think we actually need parmesan, so I'm just going to finish with a wee bit of that truffle oil just around the plate. And if we could get the, here comes the little bit of black truffle that was in the bottom of that bottle, can finish on top. So there is our hand-cut tagliatelle with our butter and truffle sauce. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Scott in the Lifestyle Kitchen.